Hello friends, welcome to Chandu biology classes. So this is a series of discussions which we are having, that is top most important topics for APPSC and TSPSC JLDL exam. So we have started with history, we have already done governor generals and viceroys, and here we are discussing about socio-religious reform movements, and part 1 is already concluded where we have discussed socio-religious reform movements pertaining to North India. Now we will be discussing socio-religious reform movements pertaining to South India, and also when it comes to other religions, like what was the socio-religious reform movements that took place in Islam, and when it comes to Sikhs, Parsis, and also some miscellaneous topics, and then we will be solving the MCQs based on this topic. So what did we start with in the previous class? So we learned why was the need for socio-religious reform movements, what was the social evils that was plaguing the society at that time, like patriarchy, untouchability, okay, taxation, and also various other issues, okay, and there was feudal system, master slave concept that was there. There was no equality or liberty or republic or something like that, and there was monarchy. So to overcome all this, like social evils like child marriage, okay, polygamy, and there was no widow remarriage also, all these things were there, and women were curtailed from obtaining education. So to overcome all this, we started social religious reform movements, and we also learned the factors that influence the rise of social religious reform movements in various parts of the country. And then we studied various movements like Brahmo Samaj, Arya Samaj, okay, Ramakrishna mission, and various other things. Now we will continue from there. So we learnt about Young Bengal movement, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Arya Samaj, Prarthana Samaj, okay, Atmaram Panduranga, he is the one who founded Prarthana Samaj along with MG Ranade, Ramakrishna mission, Satya Shodhak Samaj, okay, Satya Shodhak Samaj, from here we have to do, okay, Ramakrishna mission, we did it in the previous class, it was founded by Swami Vivekananda on the principles of Ramakrishna Paramahansa, okay, and it is what? It is a reform movement. When it comes to Arya Samaj, that was founded by Swami Dayananda Saraswati, it was giving the slogan go back to Vedas, that is revivalist movement, but Ramakrishna mission is based on what? It is based on the philosophy, that is Vedanta philosophy, got it, that is Vedanta philosophy. Now going forward, we will learn now about Satya Shodhak Samaj, okay, Satya Shodhak Samaj, Satya Shodhak Samaj, that is the word itself says in search of truth, that is in search of real knowledge, in search of actual knowledge, actual reason, actual rationality, that is the meaning, not on blind beliefs, to overcome superstition and to overcome caste system, okay. So that was the meaning of Satya Shodhak Samaj. It was founded by Jyotiba Phule in 1873, aimed at educating and liberating women and lower caste, that is the meaning of it, okay, educating and liberating women and lower caste. It was a lower caste movement, that is it was for the lower caste who were facing various kinds of social evils like untouchability, okay, they were not given access to education, and women were not allowed to take up certain kind of occupations, and they were made an outcast, or you can say outcast means they were allowed to, they were not allowed to enter the village or something like that, they were made to stay outside the village when it comes to untouchables, all those people, okay. So that is the meaning of Satya Shodhak Samaj, that was the objective of this, to overcome such social evils. Satya Shodhak Samaj was started by, most importantly you have to remember the name Jyotiba Phule in 1873. They can give various organizations, they can ask you to arrange in the chronological order of their formation from earliest to latest, okay, like that they can ask the question. For example, Arya Samaj, it was founded by Swami Dayananda Saraswati in 1875, but Satya Shodhak Samaj was in 1873, that was before than Arya Samaj, that is what you have to remember. Condemned social discrimination and opened school for untouchables in 1854, okay, that is they are talking about Jyotiba Phule. He condemned social discrimination and opened school for untouchables in 1854. So they too should study, so they too should get access to education. 1854 most important thing at that time, another important event 1854, that was Wood's dispatch. Wood's dispatch also took place in 1854. Who was the Governor General? That was Lord Dalhousie. What was his principle? That is, hi Swati, okay, please focus on the class, and if you have doubts you can ask, or please do answer the question. So what was the thing I was discussing about? So I was discussing about untouchables were given access to education in 1854, Satya Shodhak Samaj. 1854 Wood's dispatch, Lord Dalhousie introduced what? He introduced doctrine of lapse, okay, doctrine of lapse means the king who doesn't have a son, that kingdom will go to the, after the perishing of that king, the kingdom will go to the British. Okay, like that Satara, Jhansi, okay, Sambalpur, Jaipur, many other empires were annexed by the British by using doctrine of lapse. Permanent land settlement, who was it? Permanent land settlement, it was Cornwallis, okay. And when it comes to Lord Wellesley, subsidiary alliance, Lord Dalhousie, it is D for doctrine of lapse. Remember D and D, okay, you will remember like this. Now let us move forward. Now Veda Samaj, okay, Veda Samaj, when it comes to Veda Samaj, this is a South Indian movement, okay. So now whatever we are talking, these are all South Indian movement, Veda Samaj. Okay, I hope I am audible to all of you now. Swati, do respond. Am I audible? Am I audible to all of you? Fine. So I was discussing about Veda Samaj. So when it comes to Veda Samaj, it was founded by Sridharlal Naidu in 1864. Okay, it was founded in where? In Madras. I am talking about South Indian, socio-religious reform movements that took place in South India. So when I talk about South India, okay, so Veda Samaj, it opposed what? Caste discrimination, child marriage, and also polygamy. Polygamy means having more than one spouse. Okay, polygamy means having more than one spouse, be it a wife or be it a husband. That is the meaning of polygamy. Got it? Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, fine. Now, when it comes to, it promoted widow remarriage, women education, and socio-economic equality. Okay, it also focused on women upliftment. So Veda Samaj, it is, don't get confused. Okay, Veda Samaj, it got inspired by Brahmo Samaj. Brahmo Samaj was by whom? It was by Rajaram Mohan Rai. Brahmo Samaj inspired Veda Samaj. So similar to Brahmo Samaj, they opened it in Veda Samaj. Opened Veda Samaj where? In Madras by K. Sridharlal Naidu. Okay, in Madras by, it opposed what? Caste discrimination, child marriage, and also polygamy, and promoted widow remarriage. Okay, women education and socio-economic equality. What kind of equality? Socio-economic equality in terms of social conditions, it also economic opportunity. They what? They urged for equality in terms of socio-economic sphere. Okay, that is the thing you have to remember when it comes to Veda Samaj. Clear? Let us move to the next one. Next is SNDP movement. Okay, why it is called SNDP movement? It was started by Sri Narayan Guru. Okay, Sri Narayan Guru Dharma Paripalana. The full form is Sri Narayana Guru Dharma Paripalana. Dharma Paripalana. Okay, so that is the meaning of SNDP movement. It was started in South India only. It was started where? It was started for one section of the society, that is Ejavas. Ejavas means you can say they are similar to the what? You can consider them as one kind of then called lower caste in Kerala. Okay, they are termed as lower caste in Kerala. So the community is what? Ejavas in Kerala. Okay, SNDP movement is started by Narayan Guru. Okay, and it was called as what? Sri Dharma Guru, Sri Narayan Guru Dharma Paripalana. It was started for whom? It was started for Ejavas in Kerala. Okay, why it was started? Because Ejavas in Kerala faced social discrimination. They were treated as untouchables. Okay, whatever I am talking about South India, most of it we are talking about for the lower caste people. The movement was started to uplift them, to uplift their social condition. Because of that, we are talking about the socio-religious reform movements, mainly focused on South India. When it comes to South India, main focus was the people of lower caste, because they were facing lot of humiliation in terms of untouchability, in terms of no access to public places, in terms of no access to temples, in terms of no access to education, all these things. So fought against caste discrimination and denial of temple entry. Okay, so one of the temple entry movement is that is separate, because but this was also a component of temple entry movement, that is Sri Narayan Guru Dharma Paripalana movement, that is SNDP movement. Okay, SNDP Ogam raised issues like education, road access, political representation. So what are the things they fought for? That is for Ejavas of Kerala. You have to remember this name. Ejavas, they belong to where? Kerala. Okay, SNDP movement, they focused on what? They focused against untouchability. Okay, they were against caste discrimination. Okay, they wanted access to public places, and they also wanted access to temples. They wanted social and also political representation. Political representation means they wanted to contest, they wanted to be part of the elections, they wanted to contest and also given the opportunity to vote in the elections. That is the meaning of political representation. Clear? So, this is talking mainly about the lower caste. When it comes to Veda Samaj, it is talking about lower caste also, and also about women with respect to education, all these things. Okay, widow remarriage, all these things. Got it? It fought against polygamy also, Veda Samaj. Similar to what? It was similar to Brahmo Samaj of Raja Ram Mohan Rai. Clear? Now, next is self-respect movement, very important. There are high chances this question will come, because multiple times there have been a question that has been asked by many examination authorities when it comes to self-respect movement. It was started by E.V. Ramasamy Naikar, Periyar in 1925. This is also called Periyar movement. Okay, Periyar movement or self-respect movement. Okay, self-respect movement or Periyar movement, it is one and the same. It was founded by whom? It was started or founded by, this kind of movement was founded by E.V. Ramasamy Naikar. It is his name is also called Periyar. Okay, Periyar means someone big, someone elder. That is the meaning of it. So, in 1925, so remember the chronology, it was in 1925. Okay, when it comes to Veda Samaj, when it was founded, it was in 1864. 1864 or when? It was in 1864 by Sridharlu Naidu. When it comes to self-respect movement in 1925, after the formation of Congress, that is in 1925, already Congress was formed by 1885 itself. We were in full-fledged freedom struggle by 1925. That time self-respect movement was founded, okay, by E.V. Ramasamy Naikar. That is also called Periyar. That's why the movement is also called Periyar movement. It rejected Brahminical dominance and religious orthodoxy. That is, it was against the Varna system. That is, the Brahmins are upper and the Shudras and untouchables are lower. Okay, it was against that ideology, and it fought against religious orthodoxy. Okay, religious scriptures which advocated for inequality, in terms of caste. It was against such caste system. This self-respect movement. Okay, the self-respect movement was against such caste discrimination. It was against Brahmanical dominance and also religious orthodoxy. Okay, so if it was against that, means what did it promote? It promoted equality among everyone. Okay, equality of castes. Okay, equality among religions, and also when it comes to women's rights, it advocated for equal rights for both men and women. Okay, women should be at par with men, and also social justice. Okay, so when you do all this, that is, for women you give education, you give political rights or political representation, I can write it. For women you give access toward job opportunities, and caste discrimination you end it. So this will lead to what? This everything will lead to social justice. Okay, social justice means provide them with health, education, and also proper nutrition, and provide them economic opportunities. That is the meaning of social justice. So that was the main motto of self-respect movement, and it was started by E.V. Ramasamy Naikar. In which year? In the year 1925. Please remember this. Next is, we will go to Muslim reform movements or Islam reform movements. So till now what we studied, that is South Indian movement, that is when it comes to, what is it? SNDP movement, Sri Narayan Guru Dharma Paripalana movement, and also Veda Samaj, and also self-respect movement. When it comes to Muslim reform movement, first thing that comes is Wahhabi movement. Wahhabi movement was also part of 1857 revolt. Okay, Wahhabi movement, one thing you must understand, see, this is a revivalist movement. Okay, this is a revivalist movement. That is, it didn't want to go forward. See, Islam was there, it was what? It was maligned by, or it was, I can say, polluted by various sentiments or various other beliefs that came into being. Be it there was influence of Sikh on that, there was influence of British on that. So the people of Islam, they wanted to go back to the original Islam as per their scriptures. So the Wahhabi movement aimed at that. So Wahhabi movement first started against the Sikhs. Okay, okay, and later it transformed into a movement against the British, because they became a dominant force in India, the British rule. Okay, so because of this, they started developing anti-British feeling. Okay, anti-British feeling, which culminated in 1857 revolt. So they were also part of this Wahhabi movement, also became a part of 1857 revolt to purify Islam. So played an anti-British role in 1857 and later suppressed by the British. But this movement had very limited success, because why? So when you revolt against the British, 1857, they started taking steps. Okay, that is the British crown took over, not the company. So when the British crown took over, what they did was they started curbing those movements, okay, that were against their rule. That is, one Wahhabi movement was also against the British rule. So they suppressed the movement. That is, they put an end to the movement. Suppress means putting an end. Clear? So that is the meaning of Wahhabi movement. That is the features of Wahhabi movement. Most importantly, you should know it was also part of 1857 revolt, and also it was a revivalist movement. It was to purify Islam, and also it was founded by Syed Ahmed of Rai Bareli. Rai Bareli is in where? It is in Uttar Pradesh now. Okay, Rai Bareli in 1820s, started by Syed Ahmed. It is not Syed Ahmed Khan, don't get confused. Syed Ahmed Khan is different, this is just Syed Ahmed. Okay, Wahhabi movement was by Syed Ahmed of Rai Bareli in 1820s. Syed Ahmed Khan, that is different. Okay, this is Syed Ahmed. See, Sir Syed Ahmed Khan he propagated in modern and Western ideas. He didn't want to go back to original thing. Okay, he was not revivalist, he was a reformist. This is a revivalist. This is another Syed Ahmed of Rai Bareli in 1820. So don't get confused. Wahhabi movement is Syed Ahmed, not Syed Ahmed Khan. Okay, so remember this. Let us go to next movement. This is also Islam movement, that is movement by the Muslims, that is Faraizi movement. So Faraizi movement was founded by Haji Shariatullah in Bengal. Okay, it was founded by Haji Shariatullah in Bengal. Okay, Faraizi movement, where it took place, first is you have to know the place. The place is Bengal. Okay, Wahhabi movement, it is in UP. Okay, Veda Samaj, Madras. Okay, and self-respect movement by E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar in Kerala, that is Ejavas of Kerala. Okay, got it. So please remember the locations also. So Faraizi movement was in Bengal by Haji Shariatullah and aimed at purifying Islam. Okay, and end un-Islamic practices. And ending un-Islamic practices means those practices which crept into Islam from other religions like Hinduism, Sikhism, Parsis, British rule, and Christianity, all these things. Okay, so all those things they had to curb it. So to curb those practices and to go back to the original Islam, Faraizi movement also started. So this is also what? Revivalist movement. When you want to go back to your older original form of religion, that is the meaning of what? That is the meaning of revivalist movement. I told you in the previous class in the beginning itself the difference between what? The difference between what is revivalist movement and what is reformist movement. Clear? So Faraizi movement is also revivalist movement. That is one thing you must remember. And also it was founded by Shaji Haryatullah, which place? Bengal. Most important this, you have to remember the reason. It is what? Bengal. Now ending un-Islamic practices, popular among Muslim peasantry and opposed British influence. Okay, this Faraizi movement, it was taking place in Bengal. Okay, it was founded by whom? Haji Shariatullah. It was to purify Islam. It is a revivalist movement. It was famous against whom? It was famous among whom? It was not famous among the upper class. It was famous amongst the peasantry, that is the farmer class. It was famous amongst the whom? Among which people? Which class of people? It was famous amongst the peasantry class. It was famous amongst the peasantry class in Bengal. Okay, and it opposed the British influence. Okay, and it opposed what? British influence. Got it? So that is the thing you have to remember about Faraizi movement. Where it took place? Haji Shariatullah was the founder. It took place in Bengal. Clear? Let us move to the next movement now. Ahmadiyya movement. Ahmadiyya movement. Okay, so when it comes to Ahmadiyya movement, it was founded by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad in 1889. It was founded by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad in 1889. Okay, so you have to remember the name. The name itself is there, that is Ghulam Ahmad. Okay, so Ghulam Ahmad founded Ahmadiyya movement in 1889. Okay, so advocated liberal Islam, universal religion of humanity. So this is what? It is not going back to pure Islam. It is about liberal Islam. That is, Islam can modify its way according to the situation, according to the conditions of the society, and he advocated humanity. Okay, universal religion of humanity. It's not just Islam, it is a religion of humanity that we should advocate. That is the meaning of Ahmadiyya movement. Okay, so that was the main aim of it. This is what? Reformist movement. This is what? This is a reformist movement founded by whom? Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. Founded by whom? It was founded by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. Just a minute. Okay, founded by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. Okay, what did he advocate? He advocated liberal Islam. It was not against other religions. He wanted liberal Islam. It was not like he wanted to purify Islam That doesn't mean that he wanted to pollute. He said that let us have an Islam according to the needs and demands of the society, and he promoted universal religion of humanity. That is Mirza Ghulam Ahmad in 1889. So he was a reformist. Reformist means forward thinking. Okay, when it comes to revivalists, they wanted to go back to the original religion. Okay, that is the meaning of it. So Ahmadiyya movement is reformist. When it comes to Farisi movement, it is revivalist. Go back to the old Islam, that is original Islam. So opposed jihad. Okay, so he opposed what? Jihad. Jihad means that is conversion, forceful conversion in various ways. It should be already aware. So he opposed jihad. That is, he didn't want conversions, forceful conversions. Okay, he opposed jihad, promoted education, and started schools and colleges. Okay, if they give a statement that Ahmadiyya movement advocated for jihad, it is a wrong statement. It opposed jihad. Advocated means it supported. It didn't support. It opposed jihad, promoted education, and started schools and colleges. Okay, so Ahmadiyya movement, one thing you have to remember is it is a reformist movement founded by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad in 1889. Okay, he wanted a liberal Islam, and he advocated universal religion of humanity. Clear? Next thing is he was against jihad and promoted education and opened schools and colleges. So he was forward thinking. Clear? He had modern ideas. Done. So these are the things which you have to remember when it comes to Ahmadiyya movement. So Farisi movement is revivalist, that is going back to pure Islam. Ahmadiyya movement is forward thinking, so molding the Islam as per the needs of the society. Clear? That's it. So most important thing is Farisi movement was founded by whom? Haji Shajiyatullah. But when it comes to Ahmadiyya movement, the name itself is, it is Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. That's it. Now Aligarh movement. Okay, Aligarh movement, most important, definitely question will come. Aligarh movement, question has been asked because this personality is a very famous personality, that is Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. It was founded by, Aligarh movement was founded by Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. There when I told Wahhabi movement, that is also Ahmad Khan. Okay, that is not Ahmad Khan, sorry, it is, I'll say Ahmad. Syed Ahmad, that's it. So there it is just Syed Ahmad. When it comes to Wahhabi movement, it is just Syed Ahmad. Okay, here it is who? Aligarh movement, it is Aligarh Muslim University. You can remember Aligarh Muslim University is a famous Muslim university. Aligarh Muslim University or Aligarh movement. Okay, Aligarh Muslim University was founded under the battens of Aligarh movement itself. So Aligarh movement was founded by Syed Ahmad Khan. When it comes to Wahhabi movement, it is Syed Ahmad. That's it. That is different person. Syed Ahmad of Barai Bareli in 1820s. But when it comes to Aligarh movement, okay, when it comes to Aligarh movement, you have to remember that it was founded by Syed Ahmad Khan. Okay, there Khan is not there. When it comes to Wahhabi movement, it was just Syed Ahmad, but here it is Syed Ahmad Khan, Aligarh movement. Okay, so he founded Aligarh Muslim University. He promoted modern education. So he is also what? He is also a reformist. So till now we learned 4 Muslim movements are Islam movements. So out of 4, 2 are revivalist and 2 are reformist. Revivalist means what? Going back to old Islam or pure Islam. That is, they don't want changes. So what are they? That is, one is Farisi movement, that is by Shaji Hajiyatullah, and another one is what? Another one is what is another thing? Another thing is Wahhabi movement. Wahhabi movement was by Syed Ahmad. It was against the Sikhs and it was against the British. So it also culminated in the 1857 revolt, but it had limited success and it was suppressed by the British. So please remember this. Revivalist, when it comes to Muslims, it is Wahhabi and Farisi. When it comes to reformist, that is, they wanted to mold the Islam as per the modern needs and demands of the society. That is, 2 movements are important when it comes to reform movement. That is, one is Aligarh movement, another one is previous one, Ahmadiyya movement. Ahmadiyya movement was by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. He was against jihad. Okay, he promoted education and also opened schools and colleges. Next, when it comes to Aligarh movement, it was Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. It was founded by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, promoted modern education among Muslims. Okay, opened Aligarh school, 1875, later Mohammedan Anglo school. Okay, so Aligarh school was founded in 1875, later become Aligarh Muslim University. That Aligarh Muslim University, from school it became Aligarh Muslim University. Later Aligarh Muslim University was renamed as Mohammedan Anglo Oriental College. Mohammedan, MAO means you have to understand Mohammedan Anglo Oriental College. Mohammedan Anglo Oriental College. Okay, Mohammedan Anglo Oriental College, that is having English education among the Muslims at the college level, okay, even at the school level, but he advocated that at least at the college level there should be English. Okay, so opened Aligarh school, here also it was English. Then this Aligarh school turned into Aligarh Muslim University. That Aligarh Muslim University became or renamed as Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College. Got it? This much you have to remember. Next, advocated social reforms like widow remarriage and women's education. Okay, he advocated social reforms like within the Muslims. Okay, how closed the society is when it comes to women among the Islam, which you already know. So among them also he advocated for widow remarriage and women's education. He was also against the Parda system. Okay, he was also against the Parda system. Okay, he was also against the Parda system. That is, Parda system means it is not just in Islam, it is in various other religions also or other castes also, where women have to cover their face, the curtain or some cloth. Okay, you must have observed such clothing. He was against that. He was forward thinking that women should have the right to decide how to go about things, how to express themselves or how to dress up. Okay, so that was the forward thinking of Aligarh Muslim University or Aligarh movement or Syed Ahmed Khan. So these are the things you have to remember when it comes to Aligarh movement. Clear? So we have learnt Muslim movements, Faraizi movement, that is Wahhabi movement and Faraizi movement, revivalist. Next is Ahmadiyya movement and also Aligarh movement, they are reformists. Please remember this, and they are founders. Next we will learn Parsi reform movement, that is reform movement among the Parsis. Okay, it was led by Nauraji Fardonji. Okay, Nauraji Fardonji. If you get the name ending with G, they you should understand they are mostly Parsis. Nauraji Fardonji, and later it was by Dadabhai Nauraji in 1851. First it was led by Nauraji. Okay, Nauraji. This Nauraji became Dadabhai Nauraji. First you have to remember Nauraji Fardonji. Okay, later it was it was taken forward by Dadabhai Nauraji, spread by newspaper Rast Gaftar. Rast Gaftar newspaper was started by whom? Dadabhai Nauraji. You have to remember this. Rast Gaftar, it has been asked in various examinations. This newspaper was started by whom? It was started by Dadabhai Nauraji, not Mahatma Gandhi ji. Okay, Mahatma Gandhi ji we call just out of respect, but it is not, he is not a Parsi. Clear? So got it. So Rast Gaftar is Dadabhai Nauraji. Okay, Dadabhai Nauraji. Okay, so Parsi reform movement led by Nauraji Fardonji, and later it was carried forward by Dadabhai Nauraji. And at that time I told you socio-religious reform movements, the role of press, the role of Western ideas. Okay, that was spread through what? Through newspaper. So role of press came into being here. For example, the newspapers was used to spread the Parsi reform movement, and the newspaper that he used was started by Dadabhai Nauraji, that is Rast Gaftar. Very important, the spelling is right, it is not Gaftar, it is Gaftar, Rast Gaftar. Okay, now what was the thing or the motto or objective of the movement? Objective you have to remember, they can give in the options. Objective was promoting education, women upliftment and reform in Parsi religion. Okay, so when they give objective of the movement, okay, if any objective, if you think that it is not forward, if you know the movement is for reformist movement, okay, if you know that the movement is for reformist movement, then if in the options, if you feel that it is not forward looking, that option is a wrong option. Okay, if it is revivalist movement, if you see any option that is forward looking, that is a wrong option. Okay, that is why it is important to understand whether it is a reform movement or it is a revivalist movement. So you can see here promoted education, women upliftment and reform in Parsi religion. So this is also what? Reformist movement, Parsi movement. Okay, now we have started with all over India, first in North India, then South India, then we learnt about among the Islam, then we learnt what? In South India, what did we learn? We learnt Periyar movement among Ezhavas of Kerala, that is also called self-respect movement. Then Ezhavas of Kerala was by whom? That is Sri Narayan Guru Dharma Paripalana, that is Ezhavas of Kerala. But when it comes to Periyar movement, it was among untouchables. But when it comes to this one, Veda Samaj, that was in Madras by Sridhar Naidu. Okay, Sridharlu Naidu. Okay, so when it comes to Parsis, we learned this thing, and when it comes to Muslim, we learned 4 important movements. Now we will learn 6 Sikh reform movements. Sikh reform movements, very important. Okay, Sikh reform movements. Okay, let us start with Sikh reform movement. So among the Sikh reform movement, first thing is Nirankari movement. Nirankari means what? Ahankari, not Ahankari. Ahankari means what? Ahankari means what? It is having some form. Nirankari means it is having no form, that is formless. That is formless. Okay, Nirankari movement founded in 1840s by Baba Dayal Das. You have to remember this name, Baba Dayal Das. Okay, Nirankari movement 1840 by Baba Dayal Das. It advocated for formless God. Nirankari, Nirankar, that is means there is no akar for that. Okay, Nirankar means there is no akar, that is formless God. Okay, that means what? There is no idol or anything. There is formless God. God has no form, that is formless God. That means God is everywhere. So that is the meaning of it. Founded in 1840s by Baba Dayal Das. Baba Dayal Das founded it. Okay, most importantly, if you have to remember something from this chapter, it is the movements, and you should know whether it is a Sikh movement or Parsi movement, or it is a Muslim movement, or a South Indian movement, or a North Indian movement. That you should know, and the founder. And you should know whether it is reformist movement or revivalist movement. That much is more than enough. Okay, what it advocated for, obviously you will know. If it is reform movement, you will know whatever the forward looking options are there, that you will get it correct. If it is revivalist movement, you will feel that you have to go back to the previous form of the religion, that is you have to go to pure Islam, or you have to go to purify Hinduism, like that. Okay, now advocated for formless God, that is Nirankari movement by Baba Dayal Das, opposed rituals, promoted moral living, and set up worship centers. Okay, so it opposed rituals. Okay, so 1840s Baba Dayal Das, formless God. So it opposed rituals, promoted moral living, and set up worship centers. Set up worship centers means what did they do? So set up worship centers means it was like ashrams. They set up the ashrams. What did they do? They used to go there and preach moral values. Preach moral values, and also focused on meditation and other yogic practices. It was not having any idol or something. Okay, there, what to say, the form of God was within themselves, that is the formless God. So that is the meaning of Nirankari movement, that is started by Baba Dayal Das. Okay, please remember this, Baba Dayal Das, formless God, and also it was not advocating for rituals, that is doing some homa or something. It was not against, it was not for that, it was against all those things, rituals, and also what priests, about all these things it was against. It was only in favor of having moral values and preaching using meditation as the technique. There was no any idol worship or something. If you have idol, then only you will have rituals, right? So that is the thing you have to remember when it comes to Nirankari movement. So let us proceed. Now you have Singh Sabha movement. Singh Sabha movement in 1873 by Thakur Singh, Sandavalia, and Gyan Singh. Okay, so if you remember Shardal Thakur, remember like this: Singh Sabha movement. Okay, Thakur Singh. Another one is Gyan Singh. Thakur Singh, Gyan Singh, Singh Sabha. Okay, Thakur Singh, Gyan Singh. Okay, remember like this: Thakur Singh, TG. Okay, Thakur Singh and Gyan Singh founded what? Singh Sabha. Okay, for Christian missionary influence. At that time, you know that another indirect influence on the various religions was the Christian missionaries. Okay, they came in the name of education, but they wanted, their main motto was the conversion to Christianity. Okay, which is an ongoing process in various parts of the country even now. Okay, that's a different thing, and the debate is for another day. Leave that. Now, when it comes to this one, Singh Sabha, you have to remember what? Thakur Singh and Gyan Singh. It was again Christian missionaries and established Khalsa schools to modernize Sikh education. Khalsa schools. Khalsa, whenever you talk about Khalsa, it is Sikh reform movement. You have to remember. Okay, Khalsa schools to modernize Sikh education. So modernize means you should understand it is what? It is reformist movement. Okay, it was a reformist movement. Okay, see all these religions, they wanted to protect themselves from the influence of other religions. Okay, some wanted to go back to their old religion or pure form of religion. Some, although protecting, wanted to proceed forward for the betterment of the people of their community. So one of this is Singh Sabha by Thakur Singh and Gyan Singh. It was against Christian missionary, and it started Khalsa schools. Which schools? Khalsa schools, to provide modern education among Sikhs. So this is about Singh Sabha movement. Let us proceed. Now Gurudwara reform movement. This has been asked in the examination multiple times. So this movement is highly important. Gurudwara reform movement. Okay, also known as Akali movement. Even though the movement is spread by some other movements or organizations like Akali Dal. You must have heard about it. Okay, Gurudwara reform movement was known as Akali movement. At that time, okay, the Gurudwaras was held by some other communities. Okay, they had the control over that, some other priestly class. Okay, so aim to remove corrupt Mahantas. Okay, Mahantas or some priestly class. Okay, to remove those corrupt Mahantas from the Sikh Gurudwaras. Okay, Gurudwara reform movement, actually it turned into violent movement also in recent days. Okay, this is what? This is also reformist, but also little violent. Okay, But when it comes to Gurudwara reform movement, as of now, Akali Dal is one of the violent organizations, you can say. But the most important thing was they wanted to remove the influence of Mahantas from Sikhism. Okay, that was the main motive of objective of this movement. Okay, it was founded. It was also known as Akali movement. Gurudwara movement is also called Akali movement. Khalsa, when it comes to Khalsa, it is Singh Sabha. Okay, when it comes to Akali, it is Gurudwara reform movement. So, aim to remove corrupt Mahantas from Sikh Gurudwaras, launched non-violent Satyagraha in 1920. Okay, at that time it was non-violent because under the influence of Gandhiji, there was non-violent non-cooperation movement. Okay, non-violent non-cooperation movement that spread in the entire part of the country, and among Sikhs also it spread. Among Gurudwara reform movement, it also culminated in the non-cooperation movement. It was a non-satyagraha, non-violent satyagraha movement in 1921, but of late it is violent, but no need to worry about that. Okay, no need to remember that. You have to remember at that time it was non-violent satyagraha in 1921. Led Sikh Gurudwara action in 1922. Control given to Shiromani Gurudwara Prabodhanak Committee. That is the meaning of what? So, these Gurudwaras were under the control of Mahantas. Okay, they are like priestly class. So, this what he did, this Gurudwara reform movement under Akali Dal, they removed these people and they gave the control of the Gurudwaras to this committee, thus Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee. That is some temple committee type of thing. That is, there is a Gurudwara committee that controlled the Gurudwaras, that is Shiromani Gurudwara Committee. Remember this. From Mahantas, it was given to Shiromani Gurudwara Committee. That will administer who should be the next Sikh Guru, like that. Okay, that is the thing you have to remember. When it comes to Gurudwara reform movement, you have to remember it was also called Akali movement, corrupt Mahantas from Sikhism. That is the thing you have to remember. Earlier it was non-violent and it participated in non-cooperation movement in 1921. Okay, so significance of reform movements. Okay, they can ask the question in multiple choice type of question. They can ask, which you can answer very easily. One thing is positive is it helped women and lower class, promoted rationalism, abolished evil practices like Satya and Parda. Okay, and encouraged nationalism, Western education and modernization. All these things we have learned when learning each of the movements. And another thing is limited. What is the limitation or negatives? These reform movements were confined to only urban pockets, means it was confined to towns and cities, not to rural areas. And another thing is it focused on reforming only religious and cultural belief, but less importance was given to science and technology and also rationality and reason. Okay, but when it comes to Europe or when it comes to French Revolution, apart from religion, okay, they gave lot of importance to science and technological development, which was lacking here. That was the negative aspect when it comes to religious reform movements. When it comes to India, okay, socio-religious reform movements, the word itself is it was limited to social sphere, religious sphere and also cultural sphere, but there was no aspect or no focus on, although there was focus on education, but there was not enough focus that was given to scientific development or technological development or focus on rationality and reason. That is why there it was called scientific revolution also. Here we don't call it as scientific revolution or enlightenment. Okay, got it? So that is it about when it comes to socio-religious reform movements. Okay, we are winding the topic up. We are winding up the topic here, but we will solve some questions. We will solve some questions. Okay, this is an important question that is asked in the examination. So All India Untouchability League, okay, it was founded by Mahatma Gandhi. All India Anti-Untouchability League. All India Anti-Untouchability League. One of the thing what you will remember that anti-untouchability means, if you will think what the answer may be Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, but even Mahatma Gandhi ji fought against untouchability. Okay, that is he called himself Harijan. Okay, he called himself Harijan. He called the Dalits also as Harijan. That is what, son of the god or something like that. Okay, so All India Anti-Untouchability League, that was founded by Mahatma Gandhi. All India Kisan Sabha, Swami Sahajananda Saraswati, not Dayananda Saraswati. All India Kisan Sabha was Sahajananda Saraswati. Sahajananda Saraswati. Okay, All India Kisan Sabha was by Swami Sahajananda Saraswati. Anti-Untouchability League, Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, Kisan Sabha, Sahajananda Saraswati. Okay, self-respect movement, E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, which we have already learnt. Okay, so all the things are correct when it comes to match of following there. Who founded the Arya Samaj in 1875? Okay, they are asking about Arya Samaj, not Brahma Samaj. Arya Samaj was by Swami Dayananda Saraswati, Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Mission. When it comes to Rajaram Mohan Rai, it is Brahma Samaj. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar advocated for widow remarriage, women upliftment. Okay, this is Brahma Samaj, Rajaram Mohan Rai. Arya Samaj was by Swami Dayananda Saraswati. The answer is option B, 1875. Next question. I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay, those who are watching, you can comment the answers. Which movement was started by Jyotiba Phule? Okay, which movement was started by Jyotiba Phule? It is, which one? It is Satya Shodhak Samaj. Okay, Satya Shodhak Samaj. So Prarthana Samaj was by Atmaram Panduranga and also M.G. Ranade. It was founded by Atmaram Panduranga with help of M.G. Ranade. Okay, it was with the help of M.G. Ranade. Got it, Mahatma? Okay, that is M.G. Govinda Ranade. Okay, Mahatma Govinda Ranade. Okay, so Mahadev Govinda Ranade. It is not Mahatma, it is Mahadev Govinda Ranade. Okay, M.G. Ranade. This is Atmaram Panduranga. It was Prarthana Samaj was by him. Okay, Satya Shodhak Samaj was by Jyotiba Phule. Okay, Satya Shodhak Samaj was by Jyotiba Phule in Madras, I mean not Madras, Maharashtra area. Okay, Jyotiba Phule. Now, who is considered the founder of the Ramakrishna mission? It is Swami Vivekananda. It's a very simple question. Now, which movement aimed to reconvert Hindus from Islam and Christianity? Islam and Christianity, which movement aimed? Which movement aimed at converting Hindus from Islam and Christianity? It was Shuddhi campaign. It was what? It was Shuddhi campaign. Okay, it was Shuddhi campaign. Okay, Shuddhi campaign, that is the word itself says Shuddhi, that is bringing them back to our religion. That is the meaning of Shuddhi campaign. Next one. Who led the Young Bengal movement? It is very simple, Vivian Derozio. Okay, Vivian Derozio. Sridharlu Naidu, it is what? Sridharlu Naidu, he founded Veda Samaj. Veda Samaj. When it comes to Ahmed Khan, it is Aligarh movement. Next movement. Okay, which movement was associated with Ezavas of Kerala? Singh Sabha, it was Thakur Singh and Gyan Singh. When it comes to SNDP movement, it was related to what? Self-respect movement, Faraizi movement. Faraizi movement is also Muslim related. Singh Sabha, it is related to Sikhs. Okay, self-respect movement, it is about what? Self-respect movement, it is about what? SNDP movement, it is about what? Actually, the answer is SNDP movement. Okay, the answer is SNDP movement. It was for Ezavas of Kerala. Okay, let us have a look. See, Ezavas of Kerala, SNDP movement. Self-respect movement, it was Ramasamy Naikar. Okay, it was for rejected Brahmanical dominance. That's it. So SNDP movement, it is for Ezavas of Kerala. Okay. So the answer is SNDP movement. That's right. Next movement. The Aligarh movement focused on temple entry for lower caste. Aligarh movement, first of all, you should know it is reformist and also Muslim movement, Muslim reform movement. Okay, purification of Islam. No, purification of Islam means it is going back to revivalist. It is a reformist movement. It is a reformist movement. So Aligarh movement by Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. Okay, and when it comes to Wahhabi movement, Ahmed Khan, not Sir Syed Ahmed Khan is that one. Sir Syed Ahmed, not Sir Syed. Syed Ahmed is Wahhabi movement. So this is modern education for Muslims. Universal religion, it is not this one. Universal religion is by whom? Is by whom? Faraizi movement? No. What was another movement? That is Ahmadiyya movement. Ahmadiyya movement advocated by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. Okay, Ahmadiyya movement advocated for universal religion. It advocated for universal religion. So modern education for Muslims was by Aligarh movement. Okay, Aligarh movement, modern education for Muslims. Next thing, who opened Bethune School for Women's Education? Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Okay, Jyotiba Phule, Rajaram Mohan Rai, Swami Vivekananda. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Bethune School in which year? 1859 and which year? 1859, I think. So 1859 or 49, you can check it. Okay, Bethune School was by Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Next, which reformer founded the self-respect movement? Just now we studied, it is E.V. Ramasamy Naikar, also called Periyar movement. Okay, So Sir Syed Ahmed Khan, it is Aligarh movement. Okay, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, it is which one? Swami Dayananda Saraswati, it is Arya Samaj. Haji Shariatullah, it is what? Haji Shariatullah, it is Farazi movement. Okay. Next one. What was the primary goal of Singh Sabha movement? Widow remarriage, temple reform, Sikh education and reform, abolition of sati. So, what was the primary goal of Singh Sabha? It was Sikh education and reform. Sikh education and reform, education and also reform in the sense from bringing the Sikhs out of Christian influence, Christianity influence. That is the movement of main logo or goal of Singh Sabha movement. Singh Sabha movement was founded by whom? Thakur Singh and also Gyan Singh. Next thing. That's it. I think that's it. We are done. Okay. So these are the thing. Yeah, you are answering now. All right. So it is C is the right answer. That's good. That's all right. That's fine. Okay. I think you watched now. You can go back to the session and put your answers in the comment section again. I'll go through it. All right. So I'll wind up now. Let's meet in the evening section again, where we will be doing reasoning. We'll be starting with most important topic, that is puzzles. So do join for the session. Puzzles is tricky. Okay. We'll tell the concepts, but the more you practice, the more you learn when it comes to puzzles. So do practice along with me in the class. We'll be doing lot of questions when it comes to puzzles. All right. I'll wind up now. History will resume again in the tomorrow session. We'll be coming up with another topic, most important topic, that is 1857 revolt and also Indian national movement. All right. I'll wind up now. Thank you. Take care.